I actually just saw you perform at OVO this summer. And you came out in a towel, which was so affirming. You know, in life, you think about where your career might take you. Mm-hmm. This is like the wildest dream of mine come true right now that I never thought would happen. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the work that you do. All right, so I want to take things way back. As I said, this is primarily for educational purposes, so people can be like, oh, I went through what he did. Do you remember your first time thinking to yourself, oh, I'm a sexual being?
You know, it's crazy. I never, thought about if I was a sexual being or not. It was just was something that just was always on my mind at a young age. And with my father, the only thing that we can do is stay in the house, go play pool table and work out in the gym and pool table in the house and girls. That was it. He didn't want us outside in the real world. We just had to stay home all day. I think that was actually a good thing. Just kept me out of trouble, kept my mind focused, and I couldn't really get influenced by a lot of things. So I don't smoke, I don't drink, because I was never around really much like that. So it was the same thing with females.
What was your dad's first conversations with sex about? What did he say to you?
You know, it's crazy. I never had a sex conversation with my parents on the beginning part. Of course, now my dad, he's a sexual person, so he'll talk about it freely about whatever. But I never had a sit down like the birds and the bees. All he used to say is make sure you use a condom. That was it. That was it. I don't know babies around here. And then that's it. That was his only rule. Use condoms.
And he provided them for you. He made sure that...
He never even gave us condoms. He just know we better go get them and make sure that happens.
So you never went through that period of time of looking at your sexuality as a negative or shameful part of who you are?
Never. I was never ashamed of sex. If anything, that was my driving force. Just learning women and... it was just fun for me. You know how they say, hey, let him be a hoe.
Yes.
Let him be a hoe. Let him get it out the way. Just let him spread his wings and go do what he got to do. Because honestly, I feel like once you get it out your system, you don't have an urge to know what's on the other side of that fence. But what if? And once you understand, I done experienced that. I done experienced the threesomes and the foursomes and the tensomes and the whatever the hell. Just got that on out the way. Now I'm I ain't even try. It's just too much work at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's I done did that. You think it's fun, but it's whatever.
Well, I think we're jumping ahead for people who don't know your particular career story because you were part of a group called Pretty Ricky.
Light this candle, let me set the scene for you, baby. Top down, blue star tag, old master bear skin rose in the jag. Say the sound of my deep voice make us sweat. You call me 5 a.m. on the dot. Now I'm thinking about you from the bottom to the top.
So at what age did you start getting into the entertainment industry and how do you think that impacted you?
So I got into the industry at 8th grade. I used to be in the dance group called Forever Nasty. Baby Forever Nasty, because we was young. And we had the older group named Forever Nasty, which is funny as hell just thinking back. And I used to just be dancing all the time on stage and grown-ass women snatching me off, screaming. I was just a kid. So I was always
used to... You were in a group called Forever Nasty?
Forever Nasty.
In your preteens?
Yes.
That is crazy.
My father made me get in the group Pretty Ricky. He wanted me to get on stage, dance with my brothers, because he just wanted all us together. And they gave me a verse one day. The producer named Jim Johnson wanted me to get on the record. Yo, give Spec a verse. I wrote my verse. I taught myself how to rap. And then I did my first verse. They made me perform my one verse on stage. The females went crazy. They was like, all right, put Spec on all the songs and put him in the show. So from that point forward, I kind of focused on the show for the group, choreography, everything like that.
At what age were you oh, I'm a sex symbol?
I never really considered myself as a sex symbol.
What? I just saw you perform on stage in a towel. There's no way that can't have crossed your mind.
I don't know. I would say probably crossed my mind, but what makes a sex symbol a sex symbol?
I think that you are somebody who people sexually fantasize about. I think you are somebody whom people look at as sexy or a sexual icon or assume has a very robust sex life. Mostly I think it means people masturbate to you.
I never thought about that. That a female would see me and masturbate to me. Never crossed my mind.
Well,
ever.
in the comment section below, if you've ever masturbated too, Spectacular, he might want to know.
I'm gonna have 1 comment, 0 comment. I was like, "Where my comments at?" See, I told you.
Whenever I have this interview with normal people, they talk about that period of time in their life between like 14 to 18 when their drive to come was just insurmountable. Like it was just a constant need. And so that really manifested for them through constant masturbation. But maybe not for you because you had access to people.
That's funny. I was always in the girls so much that it was like a game to me at a young age. And especially when like you're the popular guy in school, because I was the guy that sold candy. I was the dancer. I was the funny guy.
Sold candy?
Yeah, I sold candy. Yeah.
Is that like you mean like just
like candy sale? Like I sold candy. I made like $1,500 a week off candy.
Like lollipops and stuff?
M&M's, dope ass M&M's, Snickers, Sour Patches, Airheads. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I had 10 people working for me. I had 12. Yeah. I used to pay bills at 12.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Even though you came from an affluent family that already had the pool and the pool table and everything.
Nah, so that came after the fact. So, all right, so let me just back it up. So my dad went to prison for 12 years when I was like around like 2-3 years old. And my mom had us in pretty much every project possible because like, she had 4 kids. And just being honestly, like I would say that we was poor, but yeah, I would say we didn't really have money like that, right? We stayed in efficiency, 400 square foot efficiency, pretty much the size of this room, bathroom, kitchen, living room, bed frame. Sometimes we didn't even have a mattress. We used to put the covers on there just to go to sleep. Things started getting better and better, and my dad went to prison and told her like, yo, you better not cheat on me. So she went to women, not to cheat on him and respect them. And honestly, the female that she was with taught me so much. She taught me how to rap Snoop Dogg songs and Tupac and all that, and she introduced me to that. And my mom, always was loving mom. She just tried as much as she could, but at the same time, she had to like even leave us home sometime with no babysitter just because she had to go work 2 jobs and things like that. So long story short, I was broke as shit at the beginning, hustled, and then my dad, he was a true hustler, like got out of prison, purchased a store, lived in his store, ended up buying a 2-story house in kind of like the suburb area, like from the hood and the suburbs, like right in the middle.
So you grew up a really progressive. I mean, it could have gone either way because you were given so much freedom, but also too, like growing up with a mom who was dating another woman, like you grew up thinking about homosexuality as a normal, natural part of life. I
didn't even understand what was going on. That's the crazy part. To me, they was roommates, and that's what they used to say a lot of times. Oh, my roommate. So I didn't really like. To me, it was just, and I guess that's just how I feel now, because I guess back to what you were saying is like. Just people. Like it didn't matter if it's gay or not gay. Like she was a great person. She taught me a lot of things. She taught me how to dress. She taught me how to, clean my shoes. Like different things that I didn't learn from anywhere else, and I still implement right now to this day. The things that she taught me. So who to say if it was a guy she was with for that amount of time, if he would have taught me any damn thing, he wouldn't felt like me. I ain't your daddy, like or like I ain't playing stepdad, or I don't know. But the fact that she had her. She was amazing. Yeah. So
you had, again, a lot of sexual access from a very young age. When you look back, are you proud of the way that you treated women?
I didn't really understand how to treat women back then. I had to learn how to treat women and things like that versus before. It was Wild Wild West for me. I became someone that's, somewhat good. I don't feel like I was a rotten apple.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't get the training, probably everybody else got in their family, but I got pros that other people didn't get either.
Yes. I like that you said somewhat. Do you feel like you're still figuring out how to be a better lover?
I'm always growing. I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But I know that I want to get as close to perfect as possible. And you just need that person that's willing to accept that.
So where did your growth come from? Like, when did you start to say, okay, I came from not such a great education space. I'm with people who are not giving me the space to be better. How am I going to be better for me?
I think it was just that epiphany moment where it's like, what do I want for myself? It's not even based on the other person.
You're in a relationship now.
Yes.
Is it the best relationship you've ever been in before?
This relationship is more of me understanding myself, learning myself, and learning what it's like to be in a relationship and what a relationship means. Before, it was just sex and entertainment for me. Then I realized it goes further than that. And just to understand that part within itself, I feel like it's massive for me, just to understand that, like, it's like a partnership. It's really business.
You've been in the same relationship for 6 years.
12.
12 years.
Yeah.
With the same person?
Mm-hmm.
That is spectacular. Now, I like to speak to the expert in everybody. I think this is a space that we all have stake in. We all are going to love. We're all going to have some kind of sexual interaction. And so, from your advice perspective, your expertise perspective, how does a man become a good lover and in the bedroom and out of the bedroom?
Just listening more. Listening, problem solving, emotional intelligence. Because a lot of times you might just see your partner just spazzing out, or they just might say something that just tick you off, and you just like, okay, how was your day? Because it might not even be you.
Best sex. What? Why?
I think spontaneous is good, and yeah, definitely wetter the better. That's just what it is.
Worst sex.
Worst sex is dry. It's the opposite. It's like, that shit was just dry as hell. It's like, what was that? It was a waste of time.
Craziest groupie story.
I mean, honestly, being in Pretty Ricky, my days back then, oh my God. When I was, when my first tour, females used to walk in my room butt naked modeling themselves, and I'm just like, I can't do no more. Like, I'm done. Like, no more, please. Like, you know, it's just like, it was wild. It was wild back then. And I done been in a place where it was like women just lined up and everybody like trying to choose me, and everybody's like, yo, we just all want you together. I was like, all y'all, it's like a room of 10. Like, all y'all, it's like, yo.
The greatest myth about sex or relationships.
The greatest myths. So guys think that the way a girl vagina looks is based on how many sexual partners she had. But I didn't know that wasn't true until I seen a meme. I learned that from a meme. I go look at the comments and I was like, hold up, let me see. And I was just like, wow. So the whole time I thought that
the larger the vulva, the more the partners.
Exactly. The more it looks a certain way or feels a certain way, and then it's just not the case. Unless I'm wrong.
No, you were right. You were 100% right.
Did you know that? See?
You didn't know that?
Guys don't know that. We don't know that.
And then final question, because you do have children, you are going to have the talk with them one day. What is the one thing that you're like, I don't care what you take away. Your dad's was condoms for you. That is what he wanted to drill into you. What is the one thing you want to drill into them?
I don't know. I never had the conversation for me, so I got to really come up with the conversation. But I got 2 boys, so it's kind of easier for me just to like, you know, just let them know that it ain't nothing wrong with certain things. You know, people put judgment on you. I hear all the time, oh, you eat ass, you nasty. But it's like, all right, if that's what your woman want, you want to please her, if that's what she like. Then, I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do if that's what you want. I feel like she's gonna go find it somewhere else.
I just want to end this off by saying I've been doing these videos for like 4 years, and I've never had somebody answer that last question with, it's okay to eat ass. That was spectacular. You're great. Thank you so much.
That was good.